Hi there, this is the April 2019 forecast for Aries Risings. So starting out right on the 5th of the month, there is a new moon in Aries in your first house. And new moons in your first house have to do with new beginnings in terms of your self-identity. This could be beginning something physically relating to your identity, like changing the way you look and beginning something over a 6-month period, like exercise or something like that. Or it could be you more in terms of a role you play in your life and really beginning something new in terms of self-development that you are putting forward for the next 6 months to come. On the 10th, a Jupiter retrograde begins in your 9th house. So Jupiter typically represents expansion and growth and optimism and really expanding the things of the house that it's signifying. And in your 9th house, it has been expanding and growing your belief systems, your pursuits of education, and your foreign travel, maybe one of those things. So with it going retrograde, there is a reevaluation or taking a step back before moving forward. There just could be some things that you are now reevaluating and rethinking and reshaping in terms of your 9th house high aspirational goals and whatnot. On the 17th, Mercury enters Aries, and when Mercury enters our first house, we can have more of an easy time verbalizing our ideas and communicating with others and really feeling like the ball is in our court trying to get our ideas across. So that's something to look forward to for the next several weeks to come. On the 19th is the spring equinox and the full moon in Libra happening in your 7th house of partnership and relationships. So something may be culminating in terms of a relationship you're in. If there was an established bond that began around 6 months ago, or maybe something to do with relationships in your life in general that began 6 months ago, you can think of this as a culmination, a completion, a high point in whatever began half a year ago. On the 20th, the sun enters Taurus. So wherever the sun goes, those themes of life are simply more illuminated for us on a day-to-day basis. So things of the second house having to do with money, finances, material goods, just may be more of the focus point and the weeks to come. On the 20th, Venus also enters Aries, which is awesome because when Venus enters our first house, we tend to feel as if there's a sense of ease or grace or something attractive about us. People tend to smile at us more. I know that's what I tend to perceive when Venus is in my first house. So this is a great time for any type of like self-care, like going to shopping or anything, go for it while Venus is in Aries. Not even, I mean, I should probably have like a moderation disclaimer, but like it's just a lovely time when Venus is in the first house. So that's really something to look forward to from the 20th onward into the next month here. On the 24th, a Pluto retrograde begins in Capricorn in your 10th house, and on the 29th, a Saturn retrograde begins in Capricorn in your 10th house. So both of these planets representing together a new strong foundation and a new level of intensity to ground ourselves in have been really changing your career sector. I can imagine that there have been a ton of adjustments, restructurings, and upheavals regarding your public image and career world within the last few years. These planets retrograding means that there may be a need to look at or re-examine or just clarify things that have been developing in that area of life. Instead of trudging forward, there's a time to reevaluate, look back, and not necessarily revert, but to have new perspective and kind of as if you were editing something you'd written, you're going back to reevaluate and reconsider. So this month seems like there's new focus and new ease in your life, and there's also a need to re-examine some of the moving forward and big changes you've probably made over the last few months and years. So I hope this was helpful. I do private consultations, link below, like, subscribe, do all the things, and I will see you soon.